Howdy. Okay, I was trying to say howdy and hello at the same time. So, howdy, kids. I'm not going to do that again, don't worry. So, today, in my cup, I have a chai tea latte. They are so good. It's like seasoning like but it's like soothing in a way as well. They're really nice on a Monday morning like today. It's 11 a.m., almost noon, but I just want you to know that from around 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. is my favorite time of the day, and then it's from 6 and down, probably up to like 12. All the other ones, I'm hopefully asleep, so I can't really enjoy it as much as I want to, but I do have school or something productive for me to do every morning. So this episode is going to be on routines, getting yourself back in the gist of things, and getting out your own way. I'm going to talk about my personal experience because I know I have a lot of this. This specific topic, mainly of getting out of your own way, has been a huge part of my life, huge part of all my decisions, basically, and a huge part of what I feel like has impacted a lot of me throughout these few years. And I feel like this year, as of 2022, I'm finally getting it, and I'm finally understanding what it actually means to get out of my own way. And today I kind of want to help you guys with whatever knowledge that I have with this. Again, I'm only 15. I still have a while ago, have 15 years till I'm 30. Oh, whoa. I say it as 15 years is so long, but when you really think about that, let's just not think about that. But in this video, I just want to go over the things that have impacted me, the little things that made me basically stand in my way, things that I should have done, and my goals in the future. Basically, that's how all of my videos go. Like, my backstory, what these things have done to me, what I'm trying to implement in my life, and my goals in the future. I feel like I've just made that a whole script for all of my little videos here. But anyways, let's just get into it. Let me just start off with it's finally October. If you saw the whole Midnight Thoughts with Maddie thing, it's a new little podcast section thingy that I'm doing of Everything, Anything, and Tea, where I talk about whatever pops up in my mind at 12 a.m. I'm actually really excited for it. It's going to drop every Wednesday. I'm actually going to film that tonight. I'm so excited. The last one was a little introductory video. Today's when I get there, tomorrow's it's going to be at 12 a.m. I don't know what topic I'm going to do. It's probably going to be on Netflix or shows because I have been binging a lot of stuff lately and I have a lot of opinions about a lot of different shows and films. So actually, yeah, I'm going to do that tonight. So stay tuned for Wednesday. What day is that going to be? It's the 10th. 11th, 12th. The 12th of, oh my gosh, the 12th of October? It's almost the middle of October. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to get back to my point in a little bit. But stay alert for October 12th, my second episode. Really my first, because the last one was just an introduction. It's going to be up on Spotify and iTunes. Don't know what time it's going to be uploaded. I'm still trying to, get the kinks out with that. But it's going to be uploaded there, so stay tuned for that. What was I saying? Right, it's October. We only have 3 months left of this year. 3 months left of 2022, and that, it just blows my mind. I myself, I'm very glad of all the things that I was able to accomplish, and sorry, my mic was kind of swaying away from me. Okay. All the things that I was able to accomplish and bring forth with all the motivation and the consistency that I put on myself. And I knew, what was it? I think it was like January 7th or something. I had made a whole journal thing. It was a bullet journal. Literally every single month, I made a calendar, I made goals, and I made 3 steps on how to achieve each goal. It was kind of a lot. It was a like 120-page book. The journal was from Notebook Therapy. Oh my gosh, I love that website so much. They have these cute kawaii/Korean essentials from highlighters to small little book packs to like, I don't know, lanyards and stuff like that. But oh my gosh, they're so cute. If I had all the money in the world, I would spend it on them. They're amazing. But yeah, I got my journal from there. It was the Night Tsuki notebook. Really, really cute. But I wish I got it bigger, and I wish I got a hardcover because that thing, it kind of tore up by, what is this, the 10th month of the year? So I definitely recommend a harder book, especially if you're going to use it every day or every week like I did. But back to my point again, I'm going to just stare off this whole episode. Now my computer's off. Please turn it back on. I made goals for myself, basically. And I found that in the 10th month, I have made a lot of those goals happen. Not all of them. And I highly doubt I'm going to get to all of them. When I tell you there's so many goals that I made for myself, I'm so proud of myself for writing that, though, because I was supposed to do it January 1st when it happened, but I was just in such a bluff. I just did not want to believe that it was 2022. I was going to be in 10th grade that next semester. I just did not feel like doing anything. I just stayed in my bed. I was contemplating my life. Just got a text notification. Who is that from? My mom. Don't forget I have my PSAT on Wednesday. I have a PSAT on Wednesday. How did I not know about that? Okay, anyways, right, I just did not want to believe it was 2022. So, on the 7th of January, I was like, slap, slap, you are going to make this year yours. You're going to do everything you can to make this year one of the best of high school. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do that, Madison. Ow, why'd you slap me so hard? I literally looked in the mirror. I remember this vividly. I looked in my bathroom mirror and I started yelling at myself. I said, Madison, you are not going to spend this year, you're not going to waste this year on your phone. Let me put the chai tea down before it gets on my shorts. These were expensive. If you're on Spotify, I just like spilled chai tea on my legs, but it's good. It wasn't that warm. Anyways, yeah. I was like, Madison, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna make this year the best that you can. And I was like, okay, Madison, I got this. So that's when I bought the $20 notebook, and I just did the best I can to, reach my goals. But here's the big, big issue, or the big picture of this. You have these goals, right? How the heck do you get to them? That is one thing that I did not write. I just wrote these huge goals. What was one of them? Book a film with Jason Momoa. Just crazy stuff like that. I know I'm not going to make those this year. And I just wrote these crazy goals. But the ones that I kind of knew that I was able to do, I had them. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm so excited for this year. But what do I do now? How do I get to those? Because it was my main goal this year to actually try my best and actually do those. But I did not know how to get to them. This comes to my next thing. Finding the resources and the steps and the motivation and timing out your consistency to help you reach the goals. For example, I wanted to work out at least 4 times a week. Now, if you don't work out or if you're not that active, you might be like 4 times a week, every day of the year, every month of the year. And I was like, maybe I could. I was pretty active up in January, but not as much as I am now. And I kind of looked at it like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this. Like, I can't do that. And I felt so upset. I'm going to talk about this later, like over doing your goals or over pressuring yourself to do that. Talk about that later. But I was like, there's no way that I can do this. So I thought of the small little things that I can do to reach the goal. Small little steps again. Started off small and I planned up. This can go with any other thing that you're doing and you're just trying to find the steps to actually reach your goal. Start off small and tame and then boom, do it. As soon as you get it, as soon as you get the ways and get all the stuff about it, not the ways, what am I saying? As soon as you get the gist of it and then you go all out and stuff like that, you know? So I started off with, I don't know, Chloe Ting or whatnot. Started off tame. Then I added a mile run every day. Just a thing that I do. I don't know. It's fun. Found out that 4 times a week was not good for me, so then I took that off, and then I decided to make that a future goal, and that's what I did. I started off doing 3 days a week, and then building up from there. I didn't know how to start that. I just didn't know if I could do 4 days a week, and long story short, I couldn't. Some weeks, I went multiple weeks without working out. Do not recommend that at all. But finding these small steps to where I am now, I do work out like 5 up to 6 times a week now. Literally this whole school year. Yeah, since August, I actually reached my goal to work out 5 times a week. This whole time, I was working out 5 times a week because I started off small and I gathered out all the steps and I gathered out all the motivation and all the things that fits me, and I implemented it. I finally found it, and now I'm actually trying to do it. So I was kind of confused, and now I'm actually saying it out loud. But whenever that you're trying to do, whatever goal that you're trying to attain, don't rush into it. Unless that's the thing that you actually need to do, don't rush into it. Find the steps that you need. Find the little itsy bitsy stuff to actually reach that goal. Find all the information. Find the people that you might need to be around to learn more about it. Find the equipment against anything. I don't know exactly what you're trying to do, but find that and find the motivation to do it. Find the consistency to do it. And those are the tiny little steps that you need to reach your goal. Anything. This could be anything. And you do not know what to do. You just don't know if you can actually do it. One, try it out. Try finding all the resources that you need. Try timing it out and actually, going through process of elimination. Again, those are all the steps that you need. And then maybe, hopefully, you will find your goal of braiding your hair every night. Let's say oiling your hair, because we're not even going to worry about that. Oiling your hair every night, okay? Find the products, find the time, find the energy, and find your consistency of it, and find a little bit of motivation, okay? You need motivation, but don't fall back on your motivation, you know what I'm saying? Because motivation, I said this 10 million times, and I'm so sorry you're probably tired of it by now. Motivation can go away, but consistency doesn't. It's literally the definition of consistency, doing it over and over and over again. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is I've been listening to Ava Joels lately. How many times have I brought her up? Oh my gosh, I love her so much. But she was talking about the things called her era. And she absolutely loves just saying how much we're tired of her saying era. She says it literally every other line and every other video that she does. I like it. I mean, I think it's cute. I think it's quirky. But I'm going to steal it right now, too. So hopefully I don't get... hopefully I don't make it a habit of mine as well. But saying era is just an amazing thing that I love to say. And right now, I'm in my growth era. Okay? One thing that I have learned is the power of saying to yourself, yeah, why not? I love saying that to myself so much. Yeah, why not? And not saying, no, well, excuse, okay? Now, use this lightly. Do not use this with every single situation. Please do not say why not. I mean, it's your life, but, don't say why not with everything, okay? But Simply saying why not in my head has opened my eyes to so much, and just I realized how bad that I was treating myself in the past simply by going through a list of the worst case scenario over and over and over again, and I became my own enemy with that. I can bring on to someone even all the bad things that might ruin my future, literally like deep, deep, deep stuff, and the circumstance could be me, I don't know, going for a walk. Literally. It was that bad. And the situations where I like to use the why not thing is maybe hanging out with your friends if you haven't done it in a long time, or going sightseeing, or even like, cooking something. Saying why not just tests you and tests how bad you can get in your own way. In the beginning, starting this podcast, literally all that I thought about was the bad things that could come from this. Maybe someone, I don't know, says that I'm cheesy, my voice is annoying. If you say that, I'm trying my best, okay? I know I should be a voice actor because, sometimes my voice is kind of squeaky and really annoying. But, see, even with that, I literally just self-deprecated myself. I'm going to talk about that next. Ooh. Maybe someone doesn't like my content, and maybe, I don't know, I get on the news for being the worst podcaster in the world. I thought about that. I did. I really did. Maybe somebody did like a bad reaction, because I only look at reaction videos on YouTube, but if someone reacted to it and was like pointing out all the things wrong with my podcast. But imagine, what if I let that completely run over me, and I was just laying there on the road being my worst self possible? What's the last thing you want? The last thing you want to do is get ran over by yourself. That's embarrassing. Get up, go to the hospital, do some yoga, and get back on that walk. Okay? Thank you. Like, that is embarrassing. Just think about that. You're walking, you're doing fine, you look up, you see the scenery, everything's beautiful. You're looking at the sky, you're looking at the sun, you're walking towards the sun, you feel great, you feel grand, you're so proud of yourself. Suddenly a big pickup truck comes and rails into you. And you find out that you were the driver. That's embarrassing. Get up, brush the bruises off, and try to run again. Period, poo. I just made that whole analogy up. I don't know, like, why not? Why not wake up? Why not wake up? Why not go do some cardio? Why not make myself a nice, absolutely delicious chai tea latte? Why not go and, plan some fun stuff with my friends? I'm going to hang out with my neighbor. I've never done that before. Why? Why have I never hung out with you? I got in my own way. I've been getting in my own way for a long time. And I'm trying to realize all the stuff that I could have done. I don't sit in my room in my bed just contemplating my whole life decisions because I was in my way my whole life. No, I don't do that, but I try to implement, good things, find the steps, find the goals, and try my best to reach those goals. Now, disclaimer, not really a disclaimer. This is just a good thing to note. The last thing you want to do, though, yeah, you're here, yeah, you're motivated, you're being consistent, you're doing all this stuff. The last thing you want to do is overwork yourself and have absolutely no desire of thinking just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Don't overgo with the why not thing, because, it's your life again, but, no. It's pretty self-explanatory. Also, don't overwork yourself. For example, when I was talking about the working out 5 times a week thing, sometimes I get a little bit too tired. Maybe I just did a humongous hard leg day, and I just can't run my mile before I do arm day. I just can't. I'm not going to push myself to do that because I'm not trying to get a sprained ankle falling on the treadmill because my legs gave up. you know? So finding a balance, I think that is literally one of the hardest things in getting your goals, specifically for me, you know what I'm saying? Can't really speak for everybody in the world, but for me, finding balance between not doing anything, getting in your own way, being that pickup truck that slammed into you, and being a workaholic and being hard on yourself when you can't reach your goals or you're overdoing yourself, I guess, basically. You gotta find a balance in between, because the worst thing is to be one of those on the side. Find your balance, or whatever that means for you. Whatever that balance is. The balance could be over here. Maybe this is where you're meant to be. Again, this is being the I don't wanna, and this being the I have to. To a point where it's making your mental health worse or worsening your mental health, wherever it might have been in that moment. That's bad. So to find a balance wherever that is, maybe again, this is where you're supposed to be, that's where you're supposed to be, this is where you're supposed to be. Finding that was the hardest thing for me, but doing it multiple times, that's one of the steps that I was talking about, just getting the groove of what I needed, that helped me find the balance. I know now that then there's no way that I could have worked out 5 times a week. Absolutely no way. But now I can, because I took the time, I found out what I could do, what I couldn't do. For example, then I was studying. I was a huge studier. I still am now, but I was overworking myself on the studying. And so there's no way that I had time to work out. Now, I could talk about that too. I was overstudying, I was overdoing all that stuff, but I kind of took that time to a point where I was getting a headache and wanting to throw up because I was on my computer so much. I took that off and I put that into working out. See how I found the balance there? I had no balance up in January, but now I found the balance. Again, this isn't anything, literally anything that you could do, but to accept that I needed this balance, to accept that I needed to not sit in front of a screen for majority of the day and spend half of it working out, just walking, maybe walking outside, walking around my house. Again, I'm in online school, so that's grand. I feel the best that I have ever been this year, because out of all that stuff, all the stuff that I talked about, I tried to implement all of that. Mainly, I found my balance, and I found what, made me happier. Of course, I'm not the happiest I'll ever be, hopefully not. But, I'm happy. And that's all that matters. And I'm so proud of myself, all the growth that I was able to achieve this year. 3 months away from the end of it, I hope that I will, grow even more. If I don't, I'm not going to be hard on myself. Because, again, I don't want to be that person. But I'm not going to just give up and be that person. Okay? So I'm going to try to, be consistent in anything that I do. Have some bit of motivation in there. But right now I'm in my that girl era. I know that girl is so over with now, but I'm that girl at the moment, and I just feel like that girl. The it girl. No, the it girl. That's in now, but that girl is out. TikTok and just social media is insane. But I feel like I'm her this point in my life. Maybe next year, I might be in a different era, and that is okay. 365 days, you are prone to changing your era at some point, and that is okay. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I'm going to try my best to implement better habits, better mindsets, and, better things to actually get me to where I am now, or even better, Not her, but definitely not her. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're on Spotify, I'm pointing to, the part where I'm overworking myself, and then the part where I do absolutely nothing with my life. Okay, that was that. All right. I only talked about this for like 1 second, and then I'm going to say this one thing. This is back farther away in the beginning of the podcast what I was talking about. I just have to say this right now. And then I'm going to end the podcast because this is way too long. So, one big issue that I had was self-deprecating myself. And this is very random. I'm just pretending like I am keeping up from the beginning of my podcast. But self-deprecation was the biggest part of my humor. I have pretty dark humor, if you know me, and just saying stuff like that, like, oh my god, I'm so chubby today. Oh my god, I'm so fat. Oh my gosh, I da-da-da, buck teeth, blah, 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 blah. It's gonna stay with you. If you keep on saying this one thing over and over again, your brain's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's true. I guess that is. Now you're gonna actually start looking at yourself and believing that you are this thing. I hear this so many times. I'm sorry if you've heard this. My ring just fell. Heard this like every single day of your life. But yes, if you say that you are this one thing, you're going to start believing it at some point. And this is one thing that I have a big issue with. I'm huge on those jokes, huge on those just start a conversation with. When someone compliments me, I go, oh, well, but stop. One, it's embarrassing. I mean, it might be funny in the moment because I absolutely love those humor jokes, but really, when you think about it, that's really embarrassing. There was absolutely no need to say those things or imply those things. What if, like, maybe your stocking is ripped, no one notices, but you just have to say, oh, haha, my stocking's ripped. Oh, please don't look at it, I'm embarrassed. Girl, no one knew about it. Now we're looking. It's embarrassing. Don't do that. But basically, your brain is going to be like, okay, well, I guess that's true. Other people are going to be like, oh, well, I guess it's true about this person if they hear over and over and over again about what you're saying to yourself. About yourself. So I guess this actually is a good thing to end the podcast with. But back to my original point. Do not get in your own way. Don't be in that pickup truck. Say good affirmational things to yourself. Manifest greatness for yourself. Because the last thing that you want is to put into the world that you're this low person. This person that just is and bad and gross and ugly and unmotivated and does absolutely nothing with their lives. The last thing that you want is to imply that to the universe and tell the universe that, because the universe will bring that back to you at some point in your life. They're going to bring that back to you. And also to put that on somebody else. The last thing you want to do is bully somebody about what their insecurities are, and that karma is going to come back to you at some point. So don't do that. I don't know if you're into all this stuff, but last night was, I think, the Aries moon. Hold on, let me look that up. Okay, yes. Last night was the Aries moon, and that basically means it's a time to align with your inner power and feel your courage and overcome any obstacle. So manifest big things for yourself, manifest your goals and all that stuff. That was last night. But if you spent the time to do that, if you knew about that anyways, with that, you have to put out good energies. And literally the whole point of that is to put out the good energies and hope that it comes back to you. Hope that the universe or whoever you believe in will bring it back to you. So live, laugh, love. Look at yourself in the mirror and find the beauties of yourself. And do not find that small insecurity that, again, I love saying this to myself, but you might find yourself as ugh or ugly or da-da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, you might not be your type, and then other people are. You are other people's type. I just love to think about that. Like, I'm probably not my type, but I'm somebody else's type. Even with that, like, if you could see yourself like everybody else does, you would treat yourself so amazingly. I know myself, I praise my friends so much, and they're like, girl, be quiet. There's no way that is true. Like, literally, be quiet. You are way too encouraging. Just, like, shut up already. If we talk to ourselves, if we have that energy that we put out to other people, to ourselves, just imagine how great that we would be. Like, just sit and just think about that, you know? In other words, put out good energies. Do not get in your own way. Think through things, but just don't be like, okay, well, that will happen, this will happen. Because really, do you really think that those worst case scenarios will happen? A lot of times, the best case scenario happens. Think about that. Think about all the stuff that you've been through. Did that worst case scenario happen? Did it? Did it really? Are you sure it did? Think about that. Okay, this is really yummy. I'm like having the best time ever. Delicious. Okay, I'm gonna end this here because, dang, this is long. All right, this is how I get my hours up right here, just talking to a microphone about things that I think are really important. I gotta work on my stuttering though, because I said a lot of like a da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da, but da-da-da basically and da-da-da-da-da. That's one thing that I do gotta work on. I'm sorry if you found that annoying. Or like those pauses right there. Sorry about that. I gotta work on that. But I really like this podcast episode. If you want more stuff like this, please at me. Please tell me. And I will. So, yeah. If you have not reached your goals, do not beat yourself up about it. Find those small little steps. The steps can be as big or as small as you want. And hope and know that you're going to attain these goals. Put out good energies to the world and just find that higher self that you want to be. Work to it, but don't beat yourself up about it. Thank you so much for listening to what episode is this? I don't know what episode this is. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening to this episode of Everything, Anything, and Tea. Love ya. Peace out. Drink some Thai tea. One of the best teas. Not as good as matcha tea, but it's up there, I guess. And love, love, love. Bye. I'm gonna go get some more of this. Oh my gosh, turn the camera off.